By the end of this video, I'm either gonna be a hero or the most hated meme enthusiast on the planet. However, that is a risk I'm willing to take because in this video, I'm gonna go over memes that are still funny. Hear me out and listen to all my points, and then you can decide whether these memes are still funny. Let's go. First meme, don't judge me on this, but Ohio. Now I know what you're thinking, bro, Ohio is so cringe, it happened ages ago. But I mean, in specific context, Ohio is funny. But it just depends who's saying it and how it's being said. In my opinion, there is a finite, very small list of people who are allowed to make extremely funny Ohio jokes. Now, I do not know all names on that list. However, I do know that Sonny Otieno on TikTok is on that list. Look, bro, I'm gonna play some of his videos and you could decide if they're at least mildly entertaining.
Saying it's a dead meme. Now I'm homeless and jobless. Please help me. I've been trying to escape this place for years. I can't
Now he's but one of the people that are still allowed to make Ohio jokes. And the other person who I think should be permitted to make Ohio jokes is the Ohio final boss. Alright, his videos are genuinely entertaining, great made in Ohio videos, fights, lore, battles, you name it, he's got it. Right, and this is legit Ohio stuff that I can watch and be entertained. So in specific, very specific context, I'll argue that Ohio is still funny. However, I will never walk out in public and face to face say to someone, you're from Ohio, because yeah, then it's not funny. But yeah, that's how I see Ohio as still funny in 2023. All right, the next one that I find remotely funny is Rizz. But yes, I can already hear the screams. How could you possibly find Rizz funny? Now I have to admit, in today's society, the word Rizz has been so overused and beaten into the ground that it's no longer remotely interesting sometimes. However, although the very creators of the word Rizz hate the fact that people are using it, it's funny sometimes. Like, you know when you pick up lingo and then everybody else starts saying that lingo and then it's not interesting anymore after that? I feel like that's what happened with Rizz. Now, I do find some videos about Rizz funny and entertaining. However, I'm gonna put a statement out there and say like a vast percentage isn't funny, but to an extent, Rizz can be funny. The words W-Rizz can be funny if it's used correctly. And I stress if, because every day that margin is just closing. Another meme that I find approximately funny is Sigma. Now, if you don't know the origins of Sigma, essentially it comes from this guy, GigaChad, who's actually a real 6'9" person, by the way, but I digress. Essentially, it came from this guy called ArjunB on TikTok, who pretty much popularized the term Sigma and made it into a whole TikTok trend. Now, although tons of people will be out there arguing, saying that Sigma isn't funny or entertaining at all, I'm here to tell you that Sigma can be funny. Now, I actually find the lore behind the Sigma face interesting, and a lot of these Sigma videos are pretty funny, but you do have to put a very original spin on it. I feel like the era of just doing Sigma faces with no context and just a song playing in the background is kind of like past. Now the funny standard and the funny bar, as you can say, has been raised higher. Now you legit actually have to put in serious work for the Sigma face to be funny. But there are a select amount of people that can pull this off in a funny way. Number one, I do have to say Logan Chitwood makes great videos about Sigma. I'd still argue ArjunB is pretty much the king of Sigma on TikTok. And I'd say the Ohio Final Boss makes some pretty funny videos about Sigma. And of course, tons of other creators doing the Sigma face, like Woeshi, and just tons of other Sigma creators. And I'd argue in that context it's pretty funny. Especially the fact that some videos are like people compare average to Sigma, which I find pretty interesting. Like this video from Woeshi, which compares people who want to watch Oppenheimer versus people who want to watch Barbie. And although I do have to say that I disagree with the take in the video and I actually prefer watching Oppenheimer over Barbie, I'd argue that video was pretty funny. So yeah, I'd say the list isn't as finite as people who can use Ohio. I'd say the list is a lot longer than that, but Sigma can still be considered pretty funny. Okay, I do gotta say, another meme that I'd say is still funny are the NPC streamers. If you don't know what an NPC streamer is, allow me to enlighten you. These are essentially people who act like robots online. I kid you not, these people have max like 7 to 8 voice lines that they just repeat for every donation. Now it's crazy, but it's kind of funny. Like there's a guy called the I Need More Bullets guy. He's too funny. And essentially he's funny for a lot of his lines like, thank you for the protein, sir, and hasta la vista, baby. Watching these lives is like a weird form of entertainment. Like it's just funny because there's even like a Miles Morales NPC. And of course, there's other people who are NPCs, but this is just straight up funny. Like, it's something I'd never do personally, but watching it is actually like weirdly entertaining. But yeah, that's my take on NPCs. All right, and I just like to say the final meme that I find funny, I'm kind of gonna group these together, but I'd say the "Are you ladies all right?" and Camavinga memes. These are essentially the memes where if something bad happens or if something bad is about to happen, these guys will come in and save the day. These are one of the few memes on the list that you can actually say in public that people will legit still find funny. Like, if you catch something and stop it from hitting someone and you say, "Are your ladies all right?" I'd still say that that's societally acceptable, but I wouldn't say something like "you're from Ohio" is societally acceptable nowadays to say in public. But yeah, I'd argue these memes are still funny. I mean, if somebody did that in public, I wouldn't like have secondhand embarrassment. But yeah, you know, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, hit that notification bell, join the Discord and sub to my YouTube for more. Thanks for watching and see ya. Whoa, if you hadn't already subscribed, this would have hit you in the face.